And now, introducing the new Sneaky G-Man store on SD. All you got to do, go on to SD, type in Sneaky G-Man store, and you could get your very own Are You My Malacca shirt, Samsung cell phone case, or just a cap or a beanie. Let's go Giants. Ow. Hey guys, I appreciate you wanting to enjoy the show. First, I got to give a couple shout outs. First off, I want to give a shout out to dresscomfy.com. She has the latest and greatest for Sneaky G-Man merch. So please, check it out, dresscomfy.com. Also want to give a shout out to 3 a.m. Water Hydration for the go-getters. Natural spring water. Go get it. Before we do the damn thing, I got to give a shout out to George's Trophies, aka Sergeant M Replica Trophies. Guys, Father's Day coming up soon. This is the perfect gift. Matter of fact, this is the perfect gift for any occasion. I mean, who wouldn't want a replica Super Bowl trophy of their team? The team that got the ultimate prize, the Lombardi Trophy. So when you get a chance, go to his Facebook page, George's Trophies, a.k.a. Sergeant M's Replica Trophies. Now, we gonna do the damn thing.
You're listening to Make It Count, the Sneaky G podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants. Ow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G. Happy Tuesday. We made it through the Super Bowl festivities. I would say a new champion is crowned. I mean, technically it's, not the same team, meaning personnel as last year, but it is the same team. Congratulations to all the Kansas City Chiefs fans out there. I remember times. I mean, when you guys sucked. I mean, it's no different of a story than when the Patriots was pre-Tom Brady. I mean, let's be honest. Before Drew Bledsoe got there and the 1986 Super Bowl, the Patriots was garbage. I still remember the 1-16 season. I still remember the the one game that y'all won that season, that kicked the field goal, and you guys celebrated, or the team celebrated as though it was a Super Bowl. And then, of course, an unknown draft pick, 199th to be exact, got selected, outplayed your guys' number one pick. Trav, I see you. And the rest is history. And now the same thing with Pat Mahomes. You guys had Irvis Gallbach, Steve DeBerg. Oh my God, what quarterbacks y'all had? Okay, Steve DeBerg. I know Steve DeBerg, Elvis Garbach. Was it Gannon? No, he doesn't have Gannon. It was a Steve Gannon. Alex Smith. I mean,
Trent something. I can't think of his last name. Or was it? He played for the Rams. He got hurt. But anyway, I digress. And now you have Pat Mahomes, and you have a dynasty. A dynasty on Trent Green. Thank you, the dude, that dude, because you are that dude. Thank you, I appreciate it. Trent Green. Yes. You got. I mean, I have my iPad here. I can look it up too, but I'd just rather go off the dome. It just seems more natural that way, if you will. You guys got a freaking dynasty, and you should enjoy every second, every minute, every. I mean, I don't. And you should absorb like anything you can get regarding this time frame from the success of your team. Right now, do it because. Oh, Brady, yeah. Brady Coyle, yeah. Matter of fact, I actually spoke to a hold on, bro. I'm glad you brought that up. Brody Coyle. I spoke to there was a quarterback that he was competing up against at Hard Knocks when Herm Edwards was the coach. And of course he lost and he had to turn in his stuff before he played indoor football. And they were both out the league within a couple of years. Matt Castle, yes. How can I forget Matt Castle? Oh my God! Please, let me give a shout out. Was it Focus Golf? FSCCGOF on TikTok. Shout out Matt Castle. Yeah, any more? Please. Let I'll bring it out, put it out there. Enjoy this. Yeah, exactly, Blue. Enjoy it because it doesn't last forever. Just look at the Pats now. That's exactly where I was going with. Brady Quinn. Oh my God. Warren Moon. Warren Moon was a quarterback for a time with the Chiefs. Man. Billy, I got you. Stand by. Look, I'm not going to look at the box scores regarding the Super Bowl. For me, the Super Bowl is an awesome time. Yes, Anthony, I am a Yankees fan. It's an awesome but a sad time at the same time because it's a culmination of a football season and an ending. Okay, the last game, the coup de grace, if you will, of the NFL football season. Okay, and then immediately Tyler Thigpen, yes. And then immediately. It's over the next day. Now we're going on to the next season. That dude said I'm done. Devin, you said Joe Montana. How could I forget Joe Montana? He was there. The commercials are okay. My favorite commercial was the Ben Affleck one. That was my favorite with Matt Damon, where he was like, okay, remember when I told you I'd do anything for you? This was that everything. I thought that was funny. So the Patriots are the first team since the 2003-2004 Patriots to go back to back. That's huge. In my era, if you will, when I was watching football, I started watching football, honestly, 1987. The 86 Giants that won the Super Bowl that year in 87. That was my first football game I've ever seen. From beginning to end. I mean, of course, I see little bits and pieces, but this was the first game I sat down and I watched, and I became a Giants fan. Now, truth be told, I was a Giants fan before halftime, so I was a fan before I knew we were going to win. Okay. I just had a feeling they were going to win. I can't explain. Plus, my dad hated Elway at the time, and he still does, although he passed. But anyway, I digress. And it was common to see back-to-back teams, and this was, because the following year, Doug Williams, at the time Washington Redskins, won their Super Bowl, and then you had the two back-to-back from the 49ers. from the 88 and 89 season. And then of course you had the Dallas Cowboys, then you had the Denver Broncos. I mean, it was just like a norm up until the 23 or the 03 04 Patriots. Until then, we never saw another back-to-back Super Bowl champion. So this is something to just appreciate about the game, and take it for what it is. And those Chiefs fans, those real Chiefs fans, enjoy what you got. Because again, like Blue said, let's look at the Patriots right now. That coach is out. Belichick's gone, arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And that now they have a new era. And I would hate to be that next coach after you're replacing a legend. Andy Reid is getting up there. Andy Reid is Devin. Yeah, Devin, I'm going to put the link out. I'd love for you to come on. It's been a minute. The San Francisco 49ers, guys. Well, let me pause for a sec. So this is my rant for the day. Okay. Can we pause with the greatest of all time talks? Can we pause for just let's just enjoy what transpired over the weekend. Okay. Like I said, back-to-back championships. Mahomes is playing out of his mind. Look, and I'm going to tell you, and I said this in a live earlier. The one thing that I'm going everywhere because there's talks about Mahomes being the greatest of all times. All right, that's starting to come about. Can we just calm down for a second? Now, am I saying he's not? No, I'm not saying he's not going to be the greatest of all times. But the boy, I take that back. The young man he has a lot more years and games to play. Okay. The one thing I will say, in my opinion, okay, that's what this is. Tom Brady is the greatest of all times. And why do I say that? Now, when we talk about quarterbacks, okay, you're looking at one, right? I throw the rock, I sling the rock like the best of them. All right. Now, you can't. Ooh, did my voice just? You can't compare Mahomes to Brady today, but you can compare Mahomes to, say, a Troy Aikman, or let's just say, for argument's sake, a Peyton Manning. And the only reason why I say that, I want to keep him in that realm of 3 to 4 Super Bowl appearances or 3 to 4 Super Bowl wins. Okay, Danny, I'm going to read what Danny says real quick. I didn't read the whole comment. Danny says, once Andy Reid retires, I hope they give the coaching reins to Steve Spags. I hope I do and I don't. I hope when that happens, maybe he may want to come back to the Giants. Maybe. Anyway, I love Dable. I'm not trying to take anything away from Dable. I'm saying that maybe as a defensive coordinator and yes, as an heir apparent to, the Giants. Anyway, I digress because he definitely deserves another coaching job. Damn, I miss Spags being a Giants defensive coordinator. Those were the good old days. Yes, sir, they were. Yes, they were. Hashtag 07 one Giant loss. Chef's kiss. Tom Brady is he's on a mountain on his own. Okay, we cannot put Mahomes there yet. Just my opinion. And guys, listen. I said it on a couple lives before I came on. When I judge a quarterback, the main thing a quarterback is judged for and getting paid for is to win. The reason why we look at touchdown passes is as so he can win. He's trying to put points on the board. The reason why we're looking at less interceptions, you want less turnovers. So why? The quarterback can win. The quarterback position is paid to win. Bottom line. Now, does that mean more Super Bowl, more rings or rings period? Yes. And I say that, and I hate this because then people want to talk about the Trent Dilfer, Daniel Marino aspect or butterfly effect, if you will. Listen, quarterbacks are paid to win. Marino took his team to the Super Bowl. He is and will always be an AFC champion. But unfortunately, he won't be a world champion. Now, I have to double down on what I say about quarterbacks having a Super Bowl ring. Does that put them over Marino? In a sense, yes. Okay, because quarterbacks are paid to win. Look, and records. Let's talk about the records. Dan Marino had every record in the book when he retired. Every record. Deservedly so. But the one record or stat he did not have was to put a win in the Super Bowl column. And that affects him. In my opinion. In my opinion. Everybody has their own criteria. How you want to, grade quarterbacks. And I'm seeing here Brady got paid to cheat. Nelson, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, especially when you look at the numbers. And I think you're referring to that AFC Championship game where he played against the Colts and destroyed the Colts in the AFC Championship game. He had better numbers in the second half. So I can't, I'm not going to go with that deflate gate. I'm not going to go with the spy gate. That's, even the commissioner came out and said, you probably should have known that the balls were, oh, Cleo, I see you. Hope all is well. That in itself is ridiculous. So my rant for the day is, let's not crown anybody yet. The GOAT just retired. This is his first year out of the league. Let's just give it some time. Okay. And then let's talk about another GOAT. Devin, you brought up a good point. Eli Manning is going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't even think that's up for debate. I don't think we can debate that at all. It's going to happen. Like I said, quarterbacks get paid to win, and Eli Manning won on the biggest stage. He was undefeated on the biggest stage. Two-time Super Bowl champ, two-time Super Bowl MVP. His brother cannot say that. When the man retired, when he left the game, he was top 10 in touchdowns, attempts, yards, completions. And I'm going to throw something out, okay? When he left the game, he was 15th and come from behind wins. You know who was 16th? Joe Montana. Where's Joe Montana? In the Hall of Fame. And I know there's a lot of talk about turnovers. And I know people they want to bring up interceptions, right? And hold on, I'm gonna bring another stat that I want y'all to see real quick about interceptions. And I'm gonna deep dive into this. Okay, interceptions. Right now to this date, Eli is number 12 all time on the interception list. Okay. Who has more interceptions than Eli Manning? Oh, I'm glad you guys asked. Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, Johnny Unitas, Frank Tarkenton, Brett Favre, George Blanda. I already said Tarkenton, Drew Brees. No. Eli has more. I'm sorry. I take that back. Y.A. Tittle. So the people that I just named, the Favre, Blanda, Tarkenton, Unitas, Marino, and his brother Peyton, and Y.A. Tittle, arguably one of the Giants' greatest quarterback of all times, by the way, have more interceptions than Eli Manning. And where are those individuals? In the Hall of Fame. So it goes without a doubt that Eli will get in. But because of the hate that this man gets, yes, I'm saying hate, that there is a great possibility that he is not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer this year for the NFL. Not because of stats. No, not because of that. Because of the hate. You have NFL players. I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to do that. Deion Sanders, that say that he doesn't deserve to be. I don't want to say I don't want to allegedly, because I need to go back and watch the video. Allegedly says he shouldn't be in. Or he made a comment as they're just letting anybody in. So quarterbacks that are in the Hall of Fame right now, I'm not going to say who should be in, who should be out. All right. That's not, and I'm going over my rant time. Forgive me, guys. Forgive me. I'm going to put out the link here in a second. All I'm going to say is we have guys in the Hall of Fame right now that have more touchdowns. Oh, I'm sorry, that have more interceptions than touchdowns. They have the touchdown interception ratio, or, they'll have like 243 touchdowns and they have, or 245 touchdown passes and 243 interceptions career wise. And they're in the Hall of Fame. If we're going off of quarterbacking alone, just alone, and again, by that I mean go by the numbers, just the numbers themselves, that man needs to be a Hall of Famer. First ballot Hall of Famer. And if you want to tell me different, you are more than welcome to come on and let's have this conversation. I will not shy away from it. And I want to add something too. Before I'm going to put the link out. Let me put the link out. Those of you that are on TikTok, if you go to my YouTube channel or Twitch or Facebook or LinkedIn, Twitter, you're more than welcome to join in. Now, I made a post. Now, this is for all the 49er fans out there. Okay. So I'm okay. If those that are on TikTok, if you want to screenshot this, please do. Okay, please do. I'll wait. Now I want to say something to the 49er faithful. Real cool, Dad. I see you. Don't go anywhere. When the Super Bowl was over, okay, I looked on my TikTok, right? You know how they have everybody up on top and it says who's live and who has their story, okay? I did not see any 49ers content creators. Now, just because I said I didn't see any, because I didn't. And hindsight's always 20/20. I should have at the time recorded or did a video screen of that, because I didn't see any 49ers content creator content live, people that were going live that were 49ers fan. Now, I'm not going to tell you who. I'm not going to tell you who. And it's not the one, it's not the gentleman that called me out. He's not the one. There was one Niner fan. I haven't even seen him post something since. Listen, guys, when you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. Good, bad, or indifferent. I have a lot of friends that are 49ers fans. I wanted them to be happy. Okay. And when they asked me who I thought was going to win, first I said I could care less who wins, but I can't count out the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't. And that there was one 49er, and I'm not going to say who it is. Not going to say he was the only 49er fan. No, I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to say is he was talking mess. He was talking mess the whole time. He was talking mess. Yeah, and yeah, we were trash. We weren't good as a Giant fan, or as a team, as an organization. We sucked. I get it. But there was one Niner fan that was talking so much that his breath smelled like a Philly fan. And, you should know what I'm talking about when I say that. Because, back in the day when Eagles fan. Because when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, homeboy ate, horse boo-boo. So that's where I was going with this. That's where I was going with. He was the one I wanted to see, but no, I did not see one. And of course, after I posted, I was on live with Real Cool Dad for a sec. And then when I got off of that, that's when I started seeing the 49er faithful come out and talking about their losses. I know a lot of you say, they're making excuses. Look, their team just lost the Super Bowl. Okay. And I know some people came at me and they're like, well, the gentleman that I'm on live on TikTok live right now. I can't look right now. They're like, man, he called you out. Da, da, da. I'm like, look, first off, he's frustrated. They just lost the Super Bowl. Okay. I had a whole season of being disappointed. Okay. He had like 15 seconds. And I have no doubt he was live. I have no doubt there were 49er faithful that were live when I couldn't see them. But they didn't pop up on my feed. Okay. Now that's my rant for the day. I'm going to put out the link again. Real Cool Dad, I'm going to bring you on right now. What's up, man?
What's going on, boss?
Man, you tell me.
Oh man, me just living the dream.
So, okay, I don't need my headphones because I just don't right now. How has been the last 48 hours been for you? And please, I want you to describe it to all the Dallas Cowboy fans out there that have yet to see their team win.
It was pretty awesome. I mean, that's now 3 that I've seen in the last 4 years. My stomach was in absolute knots. Like I was invited to a few Super Bowl parties because I have some 49er friends here in town, and I declined. When the Chiefs are playing in the Super Bowl, I can't be around anybody. I woke up in the morning and I checked the ticket prices. They were still out of my comfort zone. So I decided to watch at home, and my stomach was in knots. I saw things that I was like when Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles. That sucked. You know what I mean? But I knew that his absence on the defense was going to be a benefit for us. You know what I mean? I knew that, but you don't want to see stuff like that happen to nobody. You know what I mean? And then we had our fumble and our interception and stuff like that. But I recently made a video because in the few lives that I've done since then and a few of I keep hearing how lucky we are that we won. We got lucky. You know what I mean? And I think we did get lucky. But only in the way that we got lucky that Moody kicked the ball low enough that we were able to block it on this extra point. You know what I mean? We got lucky that when we punted the ball, it hit the 49er and our guys were quick enough to react to it. And we got lucky that the 49ers had no clue what the overtime rules were because their coach didn't prep them.
Okay, I'm going to jump in on that. I'm going to call BS. I'm going to call BS on that, because you mean to tell me you've had 2 weeks to prepare for the Super Bowl, and your coaches did not prepare you enough for the overtime rule?
That's
now, granted,
Uchek and Armstead both said the same thing, that it was never even brought up. They had no idea.
So I will concede. I will concede that, during the playoffs. Now, this was because, remember, Buffalo lost to you guys. Okay. Yep. And they started whining and all this other homina whatever. So they changed the rules to where it's a whole additional game. It's another 4 quarters. Now, I didn't know. I will concede that. Okay. However, meaning, and Tiki Barber brought up, shout out Tiki, he brought up a good point. He made it seem as though they took the clock out of the game. Okay. Because you got the refs, you got the other team, and you got the clock as like a restraint.
Thank you, Danny.
And I get it. Yeah, Danny said another ring for Real Cool Dad. Congrats. Hey, let's not forget about McNugget. Shout out McNugget.
Oh, I was talking to her all day on Sunday.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So the fact that they took the clock out of the game, and Tiki was very adamant about how he disliked that. I understand where Tiki's coming from, and I understand why he dislikes it. I can give my opinions too. I can't say I'm for or against it, because we haven't seen an overtime that went another 4 quarters.
I think that's a misconception, and I don't know if I'm just not understanding the way you're saying it, but they didn't take the clock out because there was like 3 seconds left of that clock when we scored that touchdown.
Now, what I mean by taking the clock out, if the time ran out, it just kept going.
Yes, if it was continued to be tied.
No. Even if it wasn't tied, the clock was not a factor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, yes, because what was a factor was the fact that the Chiefs had possession of the ball, and at the moment that the Chiefs lose possession without scoring, that was the factor of the. Let's say the Chiefs didn't score.
Mm-hmm.
That was the end of the game. Had they kicked you, I mean, you're right. Had they kicked the field goal, let me correct what I just said. They had to have kicked the field goal at minimum, because they had to score.
Yes.
To tie the game to keep it going. But if the time ran out if they were going down, if they were, trickulating the ball down the field and the time ran out, but the possession was still under the Chiefs, the game would have still went on.
Then I don't understand what the reason for having a clock was. You know what I mean? They put another 15 minutes on there. So
that's what they would do. I mean, the bottom line is,
well, I mean, it really doesn't matter. They didn't, it didn't come into play. You know what I mean? But the fact that the 49ers are saying that they didn't understand that the person who possessed the ball second had the benefit of knowing what needed to be done. When they kicked that field goal, we knew we had to score a touchdown. No questions asked.
Right. Yeah.
So we're going for it on every 4th down. Had they scored a touchdown, we would have known we had to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in order to win. You know what I mean? So for them to say that they didn't understand the rules, that they thought we just get the ball first and score and we win, is either...
I'm calling BS. I'm calling BS on that.
You can't tell me that Shanahan didn't bring that up. And then they pretty much just threw him under the bus by saying that it was never talked about. They threw him under the bus because Chris Jones said that they talked about it all week.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard that the players they weren't aware of the overtime rules. I mean, maybe that's a cop out answer. I hate to present it as such, but you mean to tell me Shanahan didn't? Anyway, I don't want to beat
Just
that
by
too much.
saying it, all the sports analysts are running with it. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, everyone's running
Yeah.
with it. Like, okay, so who dropped the ball? The coaching who didn't prepare, the athlete who doesn't know the rules of their own profession. You know what I mean? Like, where was the disconnect?
So I know we talked a little bit about how I will say how lucky you are, how lucky the Chiefs are, right? How lucky the Chiefs fan base is.
We're
The
lucky
fact
that.
Well, no.
the
Let me
Bears
finish.
picked
Hold on. Let me
Trubisky.
finish. Let me finish what I say. What I mean by lucky, and I don't. It has nothing to do with the game. Well, it kind of does. It has what to do about after the game. Okay. The last two Super Bowls, actually last three Super Bowls, that the Chiefs won, they went through Jostens. Okay. Jostens take care of the fan base. And I commend the Chiefs for going with Johnson. So you could take that money that you didn't spend to get the game with, wait until those rings come out, and you can get your very own fan ring from Jostens, the same company that's making the Super Bowl rings. And then whatever you don't spend, you can hit me up and I'll show you what belts that I have that about the Chiefs too, to get you hooked up with a belt as well. And I need to put that online because I do have some. Anyway, let me digress.
But we are lucky. I mean, we're lucky the Bears took Trubisky. You know what I mean? It's like
right. But they wanted Trubisky before Mahomes.
Yeah, Trubisky got picked before Mahomes.
No. I'm saying the Chiefs. They wanted Trubisky.
Oh no, but I mean, obviously the Bears had a pick of quarterback and they chose Trubisky over Mahomes. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
we could have been running with Alex Smith. Who knows? But
that's crazy.
Things happen for a reason, and I understand that stuff like this is short-lived. I don't see Mahomes playing a long time. I don't see it. I think he's gonna play his 10-year contract, and I'm willing to bet that after that he's gonna call it quits. He's got 3 rings. If he gets another one, awesome. He's made plenty of money. He doesn't have any significant injuries. You know what I mean? Maybe he gets out rich with
you better knock on some wood.
No, I mean if that's what happens, that's good for him. I'm living this time to the fullest. Like I'm enjoying every minute that we have him because I know, it's short-lived, man. 1 minute you're on top of the world, next minute you're back down to hoping you make a wild card. So I'm gonna enjoy it and talk as much trash as I can, and when it's over, I'll suck for a while.
Can you stick around for a little bit, or you got to dip out?
I can be in and out. I ain't got nothing else to do. I got to get clean because I just got home from work at 8. But I'll stick around. Well,
I was just gonna keep you on, and I'm gonna bring some people on real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm looking at Daryl. I see you. I want to bring on real quick PR because I think this is the first time I'm looking at. This is your first time on the show, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm good. Matter of fact, I don't know if I can have you on because I have this rule that only one nice beard can be on at a time. And I'm a little jealous.
You know what, Sneak? If he leans a little bit closer, we could tell, but his don't look to have any gray in it like yours does.
I know, right?
I got little specks. My 9-year-old is finally stressing me out enough.
Well, I got beard envy, man, because that shit just don't grow. I washed mine off.
I see you are a Bears fan. Bless your heart.
Till Jesus takes me away.
Now, what made you a Bears fan? I'm just curious.
I'm from Chicago, for one. I'm from Chicago, but I live in Texas at the moment. But I'm like, good, die, bad, ugly. I'm gonna stay faithful to my Bears. I'm like, they've been disappointing me for the better part of 20 years now.
What part of Texas?
I'm in Georgetown, but next summer we will be moving up to the Dallas area.
You know that's where I'm at.
I do know that.
Okay. I hang out with Art, actually in Dallas. He's a Bears fan as well. I was there. There was a bar we hung out. I can't remember the name of the bar. Shout out Art. And I saw the Bears game with them. So when they play again, we should all link up.
Listen, I'm here for it. I got nothing but time.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, what are your thoughts with this whole, and update me with the whole Justin Fields saga? Are you keeping him, getting rid of him? What is going on?
Okay, so this is my opinion and my opinion only. And it's nothing against Caleb Williams. I think he's a great talent. However, I feel like Justin Fields, if you can't tell, I am a Justin Fields fan, if you haven't figured that part out.
And that's why I asked the question. That's why I asked the question.
I think he has the potential to be a franchise quarterback. I feel like the situation that we're in, if you bring in a rookie quarterback, it's just continuing the cycle that we've been doing for the last 10 years. And we're never going to get out this hole if we put no trust and we don't build from the inside out. We have to build from the trenches, from the inside out on both sides of the field, which technically our defense is starting to show up and show out right now. It's getting that offensive line fixed, fill those holes, especially in the guard and the tackle, especially on the left side. I like Wright that we drafted him last year. He's going to be fine. He was just a rookie last year. He made all rookie this year. So I think he has the potential to be a big corner piece in the offensive line. But if we don't protect Fields, what makes you think we're going to be able to protect Caleb Williams, May, or Nix, or whoever it is that we draft? It makes no sense. So why not just build with what we have now? Because the potential is there to be a great team. We have the key players. If we can get another receiver, a couple more offensive linemen to just solidify that offense, I'm like, who say that we can't take the NFC North next year?
So do you think you guys use those first picks, or you trade back since you don't need the quarterback?
Me personally, I would draft Marvin Harrison Jr., but if you're not going to intend to draft him and you want another receiver that's later on in the first or the second round, I would trade that first round pick, the first overall pick, and do basically what we did to the Panthers last year, fleece another team like the Patriots or the Washington Commanders, who are in need of a quarterback.
You guys have what, the first and the third?
And the ninth pick. First and the ninth pick in the first round right now.
Wow.
So I'm like, we go fleece somebody else. Why not? If you're not going to go with Caleb Williams or Marvin Harrison Jr., go fleece somebody.
So it's funny you say that, because I say the same thing about Daniel Jones. Why are we going to get a wide receiver? Why are we going to possibly draft another quarterback, right? When we haven't addressed the needs on the offensive line. It makes no sense, because when Jones went down, Tyrod was back there. Tyrod was running around. When Tyrod went out, DeVito was running around. So it makes no sense. We need to address, the needs on the offensive line, and then maybe. This is Jones. It could be Jones's last year. Right. That deal he just signed, it was a potential, it says 4 years, but it's a 2-year deal. And if he's not successful this year, I mean, they could go a different way. They can go in a different direction.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Daniel Jones. I haven't seen.
You should. You beat him twice. You should be a big fan of him.
But how much success do you expect a man to have with no consistency in coaching and coordinators and supporting cast? I mean, if you're going to really see what the kid's capable of, you got to at least give him something to shine with. You know what I mean?
And that being said, that's why I'm glad Kiff could stay in the third year.
I'm not a fan of Daniel Jones either. For the simple reason,
not because he beat y'all, so I wouldn't be either.
It's not even so much him as a player; it's that contract that I'm not a fan of.
I don't understand why every quarterback that gets a new contract has to be the highest. It don't make sense.
Well, I'm
not saying that he shouldn't have got paid. I just don't think he should have got paid $45 million a year.
But he's not getting paid $45 million a year. He's actually getting roughly between like 34 and like
I still think it's
37.
too much.
But I will say that he did get the guaranteed money. That's what dropped that contract down. Well, I mean, we could say that about a lot of quarterbacks. We could say that about Dak. We could say that about Russell Wilson.
Herbert.
We could say that about Justin Herbert, Deshaun Watson, where all of it's guaranteed. Okay. I mean, we can have that conversation more than just Daniel Jones, but the reason why Daniel Jones got what he got was because he, that whole, you got to make a good first impression. And when Daniel Jones took a Giants offense, okay, a Dable's offense, which is a complex offense, by the way, to the first round of the playoffs, got a playoff win, okay, without a number one wide receiver, the potential was limitless.
Right.
Now, of course, it all changed when, Dallas came to New York and smacked us in the mouth 40-0. But then Jones came back the next week after not scoring for 6 quarters and had a magnificent 2 quarters in Arizona for a comeback from behind win. One of the biggest come from behind victories in franchise history. But then, I mean, that's pretty much it. So a lot of people don't like the contract. Okay. However, the way Joe Shane made the contract out, which Daniel Jones did agree to, it gave him 2 years. And it gave him $80 some million for guaranteed money. And the only thing that guaranteed money does, it just protects the player. That's all it does. So, and again, in hindsight, where they say even Thibodeau was, trying to defend why Barkley should have got paid before Jones. And I'm going to repeat this. They tried to get Barkley under contract, but his people screwed him. We talked about this last week on the show. So I understand where you're coming from on that. When you say you don't like the contract, I do, because there's an out.
Right.
And it doesn't affect us for cap space.
Rumor has it they're trying to restructure Pat's contract again to free up the money to keep Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
A lot of people are saying Chris Jones is the true MVP.
Chris Jones is phenomenal.
Honestly, of the Super Bowl.
I think the true MVP was Trent McDuffie. I think
I could see that. I could see that.
McDuffie was the true MVP.
Oh,
the breakups he did, the blitzes where he.
Oh, right.
He was everywhere. McDuffie was everywhere. I could see him being the MVP. We all just knew that it was going to be Mahomes, because I'm like,
going into the game, I was calling for Isaiah Pacheco to be the MVP, because I thought he was actually going to do much better than he did. I was thinking that they were going to rely heavily on him, and he was going to be the reason, but.
Man, that fumble was huge. Early in the game, that was a huge fumble.
I thought Pacheco was going to be the guy just for the simple fact that how the Lions ran on San Francisco in the first half. I thought that would have been the open floodgates for Pacheco to just tear up San Francisco defense. I'm sorry.
PR.
Yes, sir.
I gotta. No, you can call me Sneaky. You say sir. I'm thinking my dad's behind me. So I don't know if you're familiar about the show. Have you seen the show at all?
This is actually my first time tuning in. I've been wanting to, been busy, but I was like, I got time today.
Have you seen when people exit the show?
No. Do they get upset?
No, they don't get upset at all. Well, do they get upset real cool, Dad? Okay, so
I think some Philly fans might get upset.
So are you familiar with my outro?
The Let's Go Giants?
Yes.
I follow you on TikTok. You're one of my favorite people to follow on TikTok.
Man, hey, you know what? That means a lot. Thank you.
Me too.
Like, you're one of my I'm like, listen, I hate certain players, teams, of course. But the way that you defend your Giants, win, lose, draw. Listen, that's what sports is about. You are loyal to your team, and it's not so much being delusional like Cowboys fans. And it's like, listen, I'm not about to go out here every year and be like, this is my year, knowing damn well that you've been choking for the last 30 years.
Right.
29.
I mean 29, but who's counting? Right? Who's counting?
I'm like, we're rounding up. We're rounding up because next year is just gonna make it 30.
Well, I appreciate you for that. So what I do on this show, as you can tell, I let you don't have to be a Giants fan to come on here. And I got goosebumps now, man. Thank you for saying that. That got me hyped. I'm about to run through a wall right now. You got me so hyped. Oh, that'd be awesome on YouTube. Can you, especially when you hear, "Honey, wake up, honey."
Mama Boss is gonna be like, we're gonna have to pause the show for a little bit.
Guys, he's done for the night.
Nick tries to sit down in the chair and run the show.
No. Nick would laugh at me. He would be like, "Did his dumbass just try to run through a wall?" That's exactly. And then he would not. Nick is my son. I don't know if you've seen my son. He's my son. Thank you for the compliments again. I kind of lost. You made me lose my track of thought, but I will say this. I give you your final thoughts, like whatever you got to say, get off your chest. And then I'll normally say let me hear it one time. And then that's where people say, "Let's go Giants." Ow. And everybody says it. Everybody.
I'm with that.
So that being said,
when it comes to Sneaky, compliments will get you everywhere. Compliments will get you everywhere.
Shut up.
Listen,
Shut up, RC.
He's a goat. I don't care what anybody says.
I appreciate that, fam. I do. So that being said, what are your final thoughts?
I just want to piggyback on the whole Eli thing. The man won 2 Super Bowls as a wild card team, period. And he's probably one of the most consistent quarterbacks in his time when he came in. And was he flashy? No. Did he get MVPs? No. But he got it done. So at the end of the day, as a quarterback, a leader of a team for well over a decade for the Giants, he did what he was supposed to. He led his team to the playoffs, and he won 2 Super Bowls, not just once, but twice against Tom Brady. His brother struggled against Tom Brady multiple times. Tom Brady literally kept Peyton Manning from winning multiple Super Bowl, period. And every time Eli met Tom Brady, he tossed him an L. Hold this for me for a second. So it's an asinine conclusion for anybody to say that Eli shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame his first time around. That's just stupid. If Joe Namath can get in with his mediocre stats, you're going to tell me that Eli can't get in? How does that work?
Thank you.
That doesn't equate. So if you say Eli can't, I'm going to end with this. If you say Eli doesn't deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, you're a super casual fan, period.
Let me hear one time.
Let's go Giants.
Woo! Appreciate you, fam. Be good, man. Appreciate you. And that didn't come from me. He said it better than I did. He said it way better than I did.
I like how you brought it up if Eli is a first ballot Hall of Famer, because that's something that's going to be talked about all year. You know what I mean? And then you have to look at it if Eli's not, just say Eli doesn't make it, then how do you put when Phillip Rivers comes around? Phillip Rivers definitely can't be then, because Phillip Rivers has none of those accolades.
Not only Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger.
Exactly.
When they pop up.
Now, Phillip Rivers has more passing yards than both of them, but no rings and no playoff wins at all.
Yeah.
So if you're going to exclude Eli, those other two don't make it either.
If anything, they will say that Rivers will get in on longevity. I'm like, what? What does that even mean? Billy, what's up, man?
Sneaky G, what's good, man?
Not much. You tell me. Everything good in your world?
Yeah, just ready for. I can't believe the season. Well, first of all, congrats to real cool for the.
Thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate
I'll
that.
tell you what. It was the crazy. So now I don't know. I'm gonna touch on your guys' thoughts on Kelsey yelling at Reed. I thought that was very, very. I felt like he should have been out till halftime because of that.
So I've seen people ask Kelsey about it, and I saw people ask Andy
Yeah.
Reid about it, and both of them brush it under the table like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, well,
But it
but
looked
clearly
real
was.
bad, and I didn't like
Clearly
seeing it.
was. I think that he know. First of all, it's a game. It's a game. He knows better. I think honestly, it's you're a professional playing a
It
sport,
definitely
right?
was not a good look at all.
Not a good look, but here's the thing: you're playing in the Super Bowl, right? And my uncle said this, and I'm going to quote this: "You're on national TV, yeah, it's live, right? It's live,
Yep.
and you're doing it in front of what millions of fans, right? And it's like, what good does that look, right?
It doesn't show. It doesn't
Right.
show the
Yeah.
younger kids that
Yeah.
look up to you
Yeah,
how to behave.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm sure he will reflect on it,
Oh yeah, he will.
and it'll
Definitely.
be talked about closed doors.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, but I think.
But yeah,
I think.
I didn't like the way it looked at all.
No, I didn't like the way it looked at all. I think that, like I said, I've always liked Reed. I think Reed's a great coach. I've never had a bad feeling with the Chiefs. I think that they are a great team. But I know it was very, very close. But I think also what people need to realize is that going back to what if Sneaky didn't hear me, I don't know if did you see Kelsey Sneaky with Reed getting?
I did. Yeah,
Now,
I did.
let me say this. That, and I was telling real cool. That was broadcast live on TV, and doing that in front of millions and millions of people. You're gonna, and he'll reflect on that closed doors, like real cool said. You're gonna reflect on that in closed doors because I think he should have been sat out to at least a player.
I mean, I don't know. I
halftime.
don't know if the league has any
No.
say. They don't.
No, they
No,
don't.
it's gonna be an in-house thing.
Yeah, but I think also
Yeah.
that it was all over Twitter. It was all over FanDuel.
Of course, yeah.
It's like, but here's the thing, though. My thing is that if you're gonna, I just don't like the way they did it on national TV and they did it in front of millions of fans. That's like, okay, first of all, you're doing it in front of your team. You're doing it in front of the opposing team as well. So it's like, what do you really have to? What do you
He
have to really?
definitely showed some frustration, and
Yeah,
I'm sure,
frustration I could see. Yeah, and I
I'm
could
sure
see
that
very
they,
much
I'm
of
sure
it.
that they brought something to his attention during
Exactly.
halftime.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
in
and
the
I
locker
think
room.
Reed, because here's the thing, Reed's a great coach, and I'm not gonna deny that. Reed's a great coach, and he knows. And the great thing I will say about the Chiefs is, and I've always said this before, when the Chiefs go into the locker room in halftime, they know how to come out second half games, and I'll even go back to regular season. They know how to come out second half games and find ways to win, and that's what they did in the Super Bowl. They came out second half, and they played just like any other game. They played like they wanted, like they wanted it, right? They earned it, and that's what I think the Chiefs really. I mean, hats off to the 49ers fans. They had to leave, whatever, blah blah blah. But the Chiefs just find ways to, and that's what's so great about the Chiefs is they find ways to win games, and that's how they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we definitely need to
So-
do our best to keep the
Yeah.
squad.
I want to say this about Kelsey and that whole
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, right.
I think the best bet for how that situation is going to be handled, it's going to handle in-house.
Yeah, right.
And if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, he is going to be fined.
Yeah, absolutely. He's
He's
definitely
going to
Yeah,
get some
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
team fine where
Some kind of team
he's gonna
fire
have
or
to
something.
pay.
Yep.
Um,
I think absolutely.
as far as what they're showing it, and I
Right.
didn't like it either. But I
Yeah.
want to just kind of touch on what AJ Brown said.
Yeah.
He tweeted out. He said, "If that was me, I'd be kicked out of the league."
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'll tell you what. I'll say this. I don't know if it's we can all assume that it's true and it's correct.
Right.
But I don't want him to find out.
Exactly.
I don't want to find out to be sure, because then I truly, and I'm not saying it's going to be an issue. I don't want the double standard
Right.
to be, exposed if there is such a thing.
Right, exactly right. I agree 100%. Yeah.
I think a
So
lot of that will also come from us judging Antonio Brown on who he is now based on all of his drama that he's come with. You know what I mean? If it was
another
a
guy.
one-time
Yeah.
interaction like that, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Kelsey's shown his temper tantrums by throwing his helmet, and
Absolutely.
then one of the coaches tried to give
Right.
him back his helmet, and Andy Reid was
Yeah.
like, "No, don't give it back to him." And Andy
Right,
gave
right,
him a
right.
little. Andy gave him a little hit into the chest and told him to,
Right.
to knock it off and
Right,
stuff like that.
right.
So I know that they have that type of reputation. Andy said he did catch him
When you
off
win a
guard.
championship, all that goes away. Yeah.
Big Blue said, when you win a
When you win a
championship,
championship, all that goes away. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
And I true, but I don't think it went away.
No, you
I
have,
think
you
it's
have to
gonna be
show
addressed.
that type of behavior is not tolerated. Yeah, he's
Right.
a veteran,
Exactly,
and I'm sure
right.
he's got a little more pull on that team.
Exactly.
But you
Yep.
still have to let him know, look, you cannot approach the coaches with that type
Exactly.
of energy.
Well, Billy, I got to move on.
Okay, brother.
Give me your final thoughts, man.
Final thoughts. I'm just ready for draft. I'm just ready to see what this team's made of. I think next year, I did look at our schedule. We got some very tough away games next year. We got to get younger on defense. I'm now hearing the Kelsey's unsure now of what he's doing. I don't know if you heard that or not. He's unsure if he's coming back or not.
Oh, I heard he's done. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how true that is.
Well, I don't know how true it is either because he really wants to come back. So we'll see what happens, but I can't wait for the draft. Congrats again, real cool. And as always, Sneaky, I love you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Let's go Giants. Out.
Appreciate you, fam. Be good.
I need
Daryl,
to
hang in
get
there.
me an outro.
Huh? No, don't. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Oh, well, you already got it. How about those? I'm gonna bring on two Patriot fans. Daryl, I got you next. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, Daryl. White chocolate.
Sexual Chocolate, how we doing?
How you been, man? It's been a minute.
Good. I just want to say congratulations on the Giants win because I haven't been on since that, Giants-Patriots game, the Chad Ryland missed kick. So just want to say congrats to you. Kudos.
Oh, you're trying to get it out the way. You're slick. You're slick. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you. Okay. This how we go. No. Let me stop.
I saw your live so many times saying, "Oh, he's gonna go wide right." I was like, "I'm ready to kick this."
Right, and then I said, well, yeah, I said right.
Yep.
And I said, let's manifest it, and sure shit, it sure went right.
I was like, "Oh man."
And even Nick was like, "Oh my God, are you serious? Did that just happen?"
Oh man, past is in the past.
Then I quoted the great Michael Strahan: "If you believe it, it will happen."
Absolutely.
So what's new? What's going on in your world?
Nothing much, man. I mean, just chilling, vibing out. Yeah, just waiting for what Gerard Mayo can do for this team. I'm excited.
And X, I mean, I know you came on the last couple of times. Have we addressed the Mayo hire?
We talked about it briefly.
So what are your thoughts? Good hire, bad hire, what?
I mean, I like it. He brought our defense back to where it used to be. So I think he can bring the team back to the Patriot way because he's been with the Patriots forever. And I'm just excited to see next year. But don't ever remind me of the Patriots missed kick ever.
I think Gerard Mayo, when I heard that he got the job, I thought it was a great pick. I mean, he knows the Patriot way by winning under Belichick, but he's also young enough to be able to relate to the younger players. So I think he's going to take the things that he saw work from Bill and then use some of the stuff to help relate to the younger players. And I think he can make it work. I do.
Please bring us back to the Patriots. Gerard Mayo, we need you.
But you guys need a quarterback that you can trust on. And I don't think Mac Jones or Zappy is it. So
no, I agree.
Hey, no, don't blame Zappy, okay?
No, I like Zappy. I just don't think
him.
he's someone that you guys are going to be able to hang your hat on for the long term.
Honestly, I want Stidham back. We let him go too early. He never really got to prove that he was doing that good. We traded him away really early.
He's not going to do anything on the Raiders, so that's where he's at, right?
No, he's with the Broncos, and he won them.
Oh, is he with the Broncos? Dang,
Yeah, he started one game, won them, and then they benched him.
So,
he's
how
really
many
never
Super
gotten-
Bowls does Mayo have as a coach?
Nah.
As a coach,
He only has the one, right? Well, I mean, he only got the one as a player.
yeah,
Yeah.
he only
None
has
as a
one.
coach.
Okay. So he has zero as a coach. Okay. What about shoot, Devin? What do you think? What do you want as a quarterback?
To be honest, I'm in the middle between the guy Jaden Daniels and what's his name, Drake May. I think Drake May could be a great coach, quarterback for the Patriots. I wanted Caleb Williams to start, in the beginning of the season, but after all this, high drama and him trying to be the partial owner, I was just like, what, what is he trying to do? You have to be a quarterback for a reason. You're not an owner or whatnot. So I'll be fine with Daniels or Drake May come, this upcoming season.
Now, have y'all seen Williams's latest picture?
No.
He was in a dress.
I mean, times have changed. We can't really judge.
I think he's perfect.
Right.
I'm not judging at all. I'm just, maybe I am a little old school. And again, I'm not judging if he's, feminine or whatever it is, but I'm trying to put it in the perspective.
The problem with that is we
and I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm not going to go there.
No, the problem is we look at it from older eyes that are trying to be inclusive and understanding, but owners don't do that. Owners see it as a distraction in the locker room. How is this going to affect our bottom dollar? How is this going to affect that type of stuff? So they're not looking at it from accepting ISIS. They're looking at it from a company standpoint. How is this going to affect our brand? And that's probably not a great look.
Okay, so and I'm glad so the angle that I'm looking at it as is the fact that you have, so the NFL is nothing but alpha males, okay, and you have defensive backs. All right, you have defensive linemen, not so much defensive. I'll say linebackers, and then you have defensive linemen, and they're going to use every and any antic to get in your head.
Oh, 100%.
If he is mentally, I mean, and I hear that he paints his nails and blah blah blah. I could care less about that too.
Right.
But if he is mentally prepared for what he's about to endure during an NFL season, where I'm gonna tell you, when I was
crack him like Ryan Leaf.
When I was under center, JV and varsity, people were talking about my mom. They were talking, and they never even met my mom. She's a very nice lady. And if she came over the house, she would fed every single one of them defensive backs and down linemen, right? So the fact that he put out there, and I mean, be yourself. Always be yourself. Don't let anybody tell you to be anything different. But there are consequences and repercussions. I mean, you said it. Owners may think differently, all right? Or some owners may be accepting. The players on the field, they're going to be accepting, and they're going to let him know how they accept what they're accepting. That's kind of what I wanted to articulate and kind of put out there. I'm not saying that's all about being PC,
I wouldn't worry about the whole part of him saying that he wants to be partial owner and all that type of stuff, because I remember when Von Miller was a rookie, he was big into we don't sign these types of contracts. He was big in the Players Association, and he was doing things that no other rookie was doing. No other rookie was voicing their opinion and saying, and now times have changed and everybody loves Von Miller. So, but if you have any questions about his mental fortitude, and if he's not going to be able to take it, they're going to crack him fast.
Well,
And I mean,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
going to be a topic of discussion in
Mhm.
every interview and everything, because you're the franchise quarterback. They're putting a lot of money on you, and you know what I mean. It's just
So I hate to move on, but I do want to get Devin's and X's final thoughts. Um, just in general, Super Bowl and the future of the Patriots. X, go first.
Chiefs made history by being the second Super Bowl only to go to overtime. First was the Patriots Falcons as 28-3.
Yes, sir. Tell them.
Don't
Let them
remember
know.
that. Greatest
28
Super
to
Bowl
3.
all time.
Thank you.
And Chiefs have always the 3 Super Bowls the Chiefs won. They were down at a halftime and they came back and won. All I'm gonna say is Kyle Shanahan is the Chiefs and the Patriots baby. They're their sons. He sucks as coaching. He can't coach Super Bowl. And I'm just hopeful for the future. Baseball season is now. Forget football. It's baseball season. Yankees suck. Yeah. Let's go Giants. Ow.
Appreciate you, X. Be good, man. Good to see you. Devin, yeah, give me your final thoughts, man. What's up? What you got?
I mean, I love the Super Bowl. I mean, I really love that they showed Taylor Swift for 54 seconds. It was great seeing her for 54 seconds. Took
I love how
12.
people get upset. They show her too much. It was less than a full play.
I mean, here's the thing. I love Taylor Swift. Don't get me wrong. She's a great pop song artist. I love her and Kelsey together. They're going to be a great couple. But showing her during game time, like, I understand. It's fine. It's whatever. But I really think that this could be a big topic in decision in the next couple of years. I have a good feeling that Patrick Mahomes could surpass Tom Brady in Super Bowls. I have a really good feeling about that.
Time will tell.
Absolutely, 100%. It was a slow game, I gotta say. First 2 quarters were kind of slow. It was very non-watchable. Come the second half when it was third, fourth, overtime. But all in all, I enjoyed watching the game. The future on the Patriots, I think that we're going to shock the nation come this season. I think we could get better offensive weapons. Maybe a big shocker could be trying to get someone from the Northeast Conference in AJ Brown. I've been hearing that he's been having some problems in Philadelphia, and I think that he could be a huge weapon for the New England Patriots. As long as we get him, possibly a T. Higgins, maybe a Mike Evans, I think that the Patriots could be back.
I've heard that Mike Evans might come to the Chiefs, but to be honest, I'd be perfectly fine if y'all want to give us back Juju. I'll take Rice, Juju,
Hey, here's the thing.
MVS. I'm good.
Absolutely. Take him back. If you want the TikTok dancing king, go right ahead. He can make some more TikToks.
That's
Absolutely.
what we do. The Chiefs, we win Super Bowls and we make TikToks. That's what we do.
Absolutely, 100%. Take him back. I was very excited to see what he can do, but I think he can progress, as the second year, season comes along. Very excited. And, I will defend you, Sneaky, with this one. Eli is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Absolutely, 100%. I was ready to sit your video about the first ballot thing. I was like, you know what? I'm ready to get all the hate for a Patriots fan.
Dude,
I'm ready.
Oh my God.
Bring it on.
God. You know what? If you do that's
if you post a video like that on TikTok, that will serve you well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Coming from a Patriots fan too. I mean, it's just like Eli Manning's rap. He said, "Hey, I'm Eli Manning. I'm nice. Tom Brady's the GOAT. Psych. I beat him twice."
You know what's funny?
Let me hear it one time, Devin.
All right. Let's go Giants. Ow. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
Love you too, man. Be good.
Patrick Mahomes is 16-3 in the playoffs and lost twice to Brady and once to Burrow.
Yeah. It's sick. So I'll tell you what, give me your final thoughts because this next segment is going to be nothing but Giants. So I appreciate you hanging out with me, real cool, Dad. What are your final thoughts?
It's been a bit. I'm actually sad that the season's over because I'm not a big fan of the off season. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to college ball and the drafts and stuff like that. So for me, it's kind of a down season where I have to find time to occupy my time. But I'm hoping we are able to figure out a way to sign Chris Jones and Snead and keep our younger players. I'd love to run it back for a three-peat and see if that's even feasible. But I'm excited for the upcoming season, man. I see, even with the Chargers, man, I see with Harbaugh over there, I see them finally getting someone that could pull their talent together and actually succeed over there, because they got a lot of talent on the Chargers, and they just fail miserably every year. I still want the Raiders to suck. That's not going to change. Yeah. I'm hoping I get out to your neck of the woods one of these days, man.
Let me know.
But yeah, man, that's it for me, bro. I appreciate you having me on, and it's been fun.
Let me hear one time, fam.
Let's go, Giants. Ow!
I appreciate you. Be
All
good.
right, brother.
Now, last but definitely not least, let's bring the I don't want to say the A team. I don't want to offend anybody. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
This is beautiful. This is the way to end the show. Okay, right here.
No other way. No other way.
So so first off, any new Giant news that I may have skipped over?
Nah, we still suck.
Oh, okay. I just want to make. I didn't know if it was a nightmare. I didn't know if it was a nightmare, and I woke up and it was all over.
Still on Elm Street.
So I made a post Friday because I saw the little picture where they had the next few people that were eligible to be a first round Hall of Fame, Hall of Famer, and I'm like, oh wow, it's Eli's turn. And before I made the post, anger built up in me for the fact of the hate that Eli Manning is going to get. That's why I started the video. That's why I started with the video. This man is going to receive so much hate, and he did nothing to you. Nothing. Anybody want to expand on that?
Sure.
Go ahead, Ed.
First of all, my meds are kicking in, so I'm gonna.
So now you're
yeah, a little bit. So I've been looking at stuff, and OJ made a TikTok. It wasn't bad. It was, I get it. It's his opinion. And I commented on it, and I went back and forth with this one dude, and Young K chimed in. And I'm realizing something. Of course, as Giants fans, we're going to want Eli in first ballot. Personally, I don't care. I know he's getting in, whether it's first, second, or whatever. He's getting in. Secondly, I've come to realize that no matter how much you tell these guys that Eli is top 10 in just about every quarterback stat, that's why he's in. People don't understand. It's not just about the Super Bowls. It's not because, he wasn't elite. Let's talk facts here. Why wasn't Eli elite during his time with the Giants? Because there were quarterbacks better than him. But in two of those occasions, he was the best when he needed to be. Period. Eli Manning, I'm going to say it as a biased Giants fan. Do I believe he's a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yeah, I do. But at the same time, if he doesn't make it, I know he's going to make it. There's not a doubt in my mind that Eli's not going to or is going to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. Plain and simple. I just, for the love of me, and it's just like you said, Sneaky, it's all about the hate. It's all about the hate. When somebody else's players or somebody else's team, like, I could not tell you how aggravated I was after the Super Bowl driving home. All the Eagles fans were more concerned that the Niners lost. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, so for me, I don't want to be a hypocrite. When the Eagles lost last year, my God, was I excited. But at the same time, I didn't do it in a way where it's like, I'm making it sound like we're better than anybody. I'm just glad they lost. The Eagles are doing it Eagles fans are doing it in the sense of, we should have took them. They got lucky. and that leads me in the Cool Dad's TikTok earlier today about luck. Let me tell you something. Football literally is 60% talent and mentality and 40% luck, because a lot of more times than not, the ball has to be in the right spot. I can't tell you how many defenders slip or miss a tackle or this and that. Is it lucky? It's all someone else's perspective. The fact of the matter is, whether it was luck, and I even saw the big conspiracy theory about on the first down, Mahomes running for 2 yards, and then all of a sudden it's a first down again. First of all, that could be an issue, but if you go back and look at it, within the 2 plays, they had the first down anyway. So
I need to. I don't mean to. I'm sorry to cut you off, man. I really do, but I need to address something. I just got a blasphemous text on my TikTok live from Aaron. And Aaron, I don't know. I think you might be an Eagles fan. I don't know. Oh no, Niners fan. Used to be okay. Okay, I don't know what team you are. Okay, but this is what he said. Okay, he said 244 picks, 84.1 passer rating, 500 record, just facts. Aaron, shocker, that's not facts. Eli Manning is not a 500 quarterback. He has, if I'm not mistaken, what is it, 23 wins? And
4 wins, yeah.
100 and I think what was it? I got to do that. If you count his career, his whole career, he is not a 500 quarterback. And if you want to put interception in the play, what about Joe Namath?
What about Brett Favre? Doesn't he still hold?
What about Brett? Yeah, Brett Favre leads the league all the time.
Here's the problem: when you go and bring that up to these people, they want to go right into, well, he was a 2-time MVP. Well, who cares? So here's the thing. This is what I was getting at. And again, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Here's the thing. Doesn't matter what I think. Doesn't matter what he thinks. Doesn't matter what Cowboys fans think, Eagles fans think. It doesn't matter. They get voted in by the players and the press. And if the players and the press say that he belongs there, everybody else can stick it up their butt. That's it.
And I'm going to bring up. Hold on, I need to bring up Eli's stats again.
In my opinion,
go ahead, Daryl. Go ahead. While I'm looking this up, go ahead.
When, my opinion, when it came to the playoffs, Eli Manning was an assassin.
He was the most clutch quarterback in the
league.
yeah.
People act like the quarterbacks are supposed to do. They want all quarterbacks to be like Lamar and Michael Vick and put up all these crazy stats. No, you want your quarterback to go. Everybody's agenda is to go win a Super Bowl. And we got into the playoffs twice off of the 8-8 record. But believe me, Eli Manning ran the table each time we got into the playoffs.
He got hot when you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm. And he always stayed on the field. He always stayed on the field, too.
Why do you think they call
defense carried Eli Manning? That's bullshit. Let's talk about the catch with Manningham on the sideline. Okay,
Let's
great. Talk about he drove that team down the field both times to win those Super Bowls. Both times. You can call it a miracle catch all you want to. The first Super Bowl. No.
Well, what about the second game? Mr. GOAT, Mr. Tom Brady with his star-studded team.
18-0.
The Giants left him a minute and a half, a little more, just under.
Left them time on the clock, yeah.
And they did nothing. I think they moved like 15 yards the whole time.
So, and this guy, he's continuing on, Aaron. And I do appreciate your opinion, Aaron. I appreciate your opinion.
Y'all hear Eli's new rap song?
Oh, yeah. Huh. I think all Giant fans have. I think we all have.
I hope he raps that as his Hall of Fame speech.
He better.
You know what's funny? These are the same people.
So, okay, but Joe Namath is.
Yeah, well, the same people that'll tell you in 10, 15 years time that Jalen Hurts is first time Hall of Fame ballot. that Dak Prescott is a first time.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? So when we say the shit, it's an issue.
Because this is Giants. That's why. That's
so
what it is.
I mean, this is my thing, right? Again, too, because now I'm getting
Another blasphemous text.
Well, yeah, another blasphemous text. So
I am a New York Football Giants fan. If you're not a Giants fan,
I'm not going to repeat that, but I will say this. Awards like Pro Bowls and All Pros, those are subjective.
and you ask any of those players what they would rather have, they'd rather be wearing the ring.
Yes. So when these questions come up, my argument is this, and Aaron, I hope you're watching. I hope you're watching, because then he brought up Jim Plunkett. Jim Plunkett threw more interceptions than touchdowns.
I didn't even
Okay. Jim Plunkett, for whatever reason, is not in the Hall of Fame for whatever reason. Okay. The difference between Jim Plunkett and Eli Manning, Jim Plunkett wasn't, when he retired, top 10, and he's saying All Pro is not subjective. Then how do you? Yes, it is subjective, because you're judged on it. Okay. You earn a Super Bowl. You earn the Super Bowl MVP. Oh, you can even say the argument that the MVPs for the Super Bowls are subjective. I'll give you that. But what you can't argue is the fact that when Eli retired, like you said, Ant, he was top 10 in touchdowns, completions, attempts, yards. Those are the four major stats as a quarterback. And I don't want to hear about, it's a passing. No. Don't go there. Don't say it's a passing league, because now you're making excuses.
That's all they
The numbers don't lie. Even now to this day, he's at least at minimum, and I just looked, a top 10 quarterback.
He's never been elite. Last time I checked, elite quarterbacks win Super Bowls. Isn't that what makes them elite? You can have the greatest season. I've always said this, and you guys can back me up on this. I have always said this. Congratulations on your regular season victory. If you didn't win a chip, shut your hole.
Wasn't there a stat, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, that Eli Manning is in a club of his own of quarterbacks that have multiple Super Bowls? That's a rare club to be in.
I think there's like 4 or 5 guys that have been 2-time MVPs, 2-time Super Bowl
winners. Right, and that's what I'm trying to make. Yeah, and I know Mahomes is one of them, obviously.
It's now, yeah.
Mahomes got 3.
And he said that dude says Super Bowl's important, so Plunkett is in. You didn't hear what I said.
That's the problem. We're not arguing. I believe Plunkett.
I believe he should be in. I'll give you that. But again, he doesn't have the numbers. That's the problem.
Right.
Because he threw more touchdown passes. I'm spitting here. More interceptions than touchdown passes. That's going to hurt you.
Right.
I mean,
you have the same guy that's clamoring about Eli having interceptions, but he's going to say Plunkett. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Really? Right. So he's one of those people. He's a Kurtz 2.0.
Block.
I'm looking here. I mean, since we're talking about interceptions too.
I mean, I just don't understand. I just don't understand it.
Oh, I understand it. If it doesn't fit their narrative, it doesn't mean anything.
So Eli, right now, to this date, is Manning.
Where is he ranked? Where is he ranked?
Who, Eli? Well, right now he's ranked 12.
That's
12
still
all
not
time.
bad.
Okay.
That's still top 15.
But hear me out though. This is the kicker, right? You have Hall of Famers like Y.A. Tittle, Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, Johnny Unitas, Frank Tarkenton, George Blanda, Brett Favre, that have more interceptions than Eli Manning. And where are they at? They're in the Hall of Fame. They're in the Hall of Fame.
Answer me this question.
Just face it, he's getting in.
Is Eli the only quarterback in his quarterback class to win 2 Super Bowls against Tom Brady?
Yeah,
basically. He's the only one.
Tom Brady.
No, Roethlisberger won 2.
But not against Brady.
Not against Brady.
Not at Brent's Gate. No. Yeah, he got 2 rings, but not against Brady.
I don't really like that narrative either, if I'm being honest.
You just got to throw it out there for somebody who wants to argue with you.
Right. That's when we got in our back pocket.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to throw a bunch of crap at you, that you can say that shit because it'll shut them the hell up real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to. I mean, listen. I mean, he wasn't all that, but at the end of the day, he was Mr. Reliable.
He got us the rings. He got us the rings.
He never missed a game.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad Eli was or how bad they say he.
All right, they want to talk about how elite he is. Okay, let's take the regular season out of it. That's just what regular season. All you have to do is win enough games to get into the dance. Don't elite quarterbacks step up to win championships? Aren't they at their best in the biggest games? So
you know what?
Eli went there twice. Wasn't he the best in the biggest games? I would think so.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 18-0 team.
Oh, he's got more rings than the Hall of Famer right now. That's about
right.
And I got another thing for all the people that want to say, "Oh, well, the Giants had a good defense." In both of the Super Bowls combined, they put up 2 points, and that's because Tom Brady, it was a what's it called? Intentional grounding. The Giants team had to score points to beat the Patriots, regardless of what the defense did.
So now his argument now is passer rating. Okay.
What does that mean?
Eli, I know. What does passer rating mean? I don't even know. Hold on. So let me just.
I always thought about that. What does that mean?
I don't even know. And I'm assuming he don't know either. Because
what do you have? 85? What do you have? 85? 85 grade?
84.1. Okay. So he had an 84.1. Now his argument now is passer rating. Okay. And I'm just gonna go off because right now there's a lot of active quarterbacks
now I'm getting
that are in right that are on this active list.
Hell, Eli Manning's got more rings than Aaron Rodgers.
Listen, bro.
And they say Aaron Rodgers is elite.
They just gotta face facts. He getting in. Period. That's it.
You know, you can make a case for every stat out there. Like, let's say we make a case for the QBR stat, right? Guarantee the next thing comes out of him is, well, he didn't rush the ball much. Like, shut the hell up.
He didn't scramble.
He was a pocket.
That's what I'm saying. So, Aaron, are you gonna say that he didn't make any rushing touchdowns? He didn't make enough of those.
That's coming up. That's coming up.
Yeah, that. Look, okay. Look. I will say this.
He wasn't dating Taylor Swift. That's what it was.
I'm going to say this again. Aaron, I'm going to repeat myself. Since you want to list every stat, and again, we're just talking here. This is just for fun, right? I'm not in my feelings. I'm not going Drake on you. Wait a minute. That was a leaked video. Pause. Right. I'm not getting in my feelings. Okay. But what I'm saying is, Eli Manning, when he retired, when he left the game, Eli was top 10. I'm going to say it. You're going to hear this over and over again. TD passes, completions, attempts, yards. Those are the 4 major categories.
But what was QBR?
When you discuss a quarterback.
And longevity.
That you want to talk about? Longevity, yeah. Availability. We didn't even get into availability. You didn't even bring up availability.
That's another one. That's a huge.
210 games straight. You didn't even bring that up.
The only thing that showed Ben McAdoo.
Yeah.
The Geno Smith thing. Yeah.
Oh my God, he had a lot of interceptions. Oh my God,
his QBR was.
When they bring up interceptions, this tells me, no offense, man, I'm telling you right
now. That's going to be a part of a quarterback's
This tells me when they said he threw a lot of interceptions, so did Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman had more seasons, if I'm not mistaken, because I need to double check that, of more interceptions than touchdowns than Eli did. Troy Aikman never threw for more than 25 touchdown passes a season. Yeah, Aikman got 3 rings. And Aikman was only MVP for one of those Super Bowls. Eli's done it twice.
Wide receivers and a running back.
That was the best they ever made for you.
You could make the claim that Aikman, if you look at the way the game's played today, you could make a strong claim, and
What's up, Chris? Hope all is well.
I like Aikman, but you can make the claim with the game manager. Think about it.
With that, I don't Oh my God, I sound like Tigger. And with that, this is the end of the. Anyway, I don't understand why all of a sudden a game manager is a negative reflection on a quarterback.
I'll tell you,
it is not.
Isn't involved.
And Sneaky, wouldn't you say Eli did a lot with less?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there you go.
But I will even say, I'll even go as far, and it's going to piss people off, and it's not a hot take. Tom Brady was a game manager. He knew who to throw the ball to. He knew how to put the ball in play. He knew how to protect the ball to not get turnovers.
Aren't all quarterbacks game managers though?
It depends on the. So again, there's nothing wrong with being a game manager. I would not put, for example, Lamar Jackson. I wouldn't say he's a game manager.
The whole
team. Because say what?
Nothing.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said he's the whole team.
Yes.
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah. And I understand where Cam is coming from with his proclamation of Brock Purdy.
Yeah, but
because I understand what Brock said was important too. For a guy to talk all that smack, there's 90 other quarterbacks in the NFL, and he ain't one of them.
Right.
Yeah, but my thing is with the Brock, but he's only attacking Brock Purdy, and I don't understand that. But
well, look, Cam Newton, when he took that Carolina team to the Super Bowl, he had to do more with less. He had to step up his game for that team to go 15-1.
Yeah, he was a danger.
That's where he's coming from. And you know what? I'm gonna give it to Cam Newton. People need to understand something about him. He's won he's been on 3 national championship teams. He won 2 of them, right? Heisman Trophy winner, #1 draft pick overall, NFL MVP, NFC champion. Okay. So he has a lot that he can speak on about. Okay. He has accolades to prove that. And I give him, again, when this whole thing came out about him saying Purdy is a game manager, you got to look who is surrounded by Purdy. McCaffrey, Ayuk, Debo. Who would I leave out? Oh, T-Mac.
Kittle.
Oh, my God. All you got to do is facilitate the ball and let the playmakers make the play.
That's game management.
So when I don't know why there was such an uproar with Cam Newton, maybe because it came from Cam Newton. Let's just call it like it is.
Well, no, because
let's just call it like
Cam Newton likes to talk crap, period. He's another Warren Sapp is what he is. The only difference is it appears that Cam Newton knows how to spend his money. It's not on hookers and gambling. So,
my God,
damn man.
But
he went there.
Listen, I never disliked Cam Newton. I always thought he was great, and he's definitely colorful for sure. And I don't mean it in the way he dresses and all that. But
it is the way he dresses.
My thing was this. You're right. He didn't have a super team, but he had Jonathan Stewart in his prime. He had Steve Smith Sr. in his prime.
Yeah, Greg Olsen.
Not in the Super Bowl.
Greg Olsen in his prime.
He did have Greg Olsen,
and he had a pretty good damn defense too,
and a pretty good offense. Shout out
was
Williams.
Peppers on that defense?
Yeah. Yep.
Peppers was there.
Yep.
But that year he Denver. There's no way in hell that they was gonna win that game against Denver. Denver defense came to show. Von Miller showed ass.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Cam, nobody wants to talk about how after that Super Bowl, his career went.
Yeah.
He grew a weak arm. His attitude got worse. I mean,
Sneaky, with those accolades that you said about Cam Newton. Sorry to cut you off, man. with those with those statistics or those accolades, do you think he'll ever, like when he's eligible, whenever he's eligible, do you think he'll go in with those stats that you said about
Cam Newton?
Yeah. Whenever he's eligible, with those stats that you said.
Man, you put me on the spot. I don't think so. Sadly,
I don't think.
I was about to say.
I don't think so
I'm
because
not
he doesn't have the numbers.
Hall of Fame, but he definitely won't be a first ballot.
I was gonna say he'll probably go in not as a first ballot.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He might be one of them write-ins.
Like later on.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Hold on. Let me. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if he would be. So let me. Okay, this is his NFL accolades. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All Pro, AP MVP, PFWA MVP. I have no idea what that means. The Bart Bell Award, Player of the Year Award, the PF Offensive Rookie of the Year, and then the SN. I don't know what the SN Offensive.
I think it might take a couple of years for him to get in.
And then
a couple of tries.
Yeah. But sadly, like when you look at his, he doesn't have the numbers. He doesn't. And I'm saying that reluctant. So total touchdowns, touchdown passes, 194, interceptions, 123. When we go to the rushing. Hold on a second.
He was probably up there a bit in rushing because he could run the ball.
He did a lot of running.
Yeah, he did a lot of that.
And that was you guys got to understand too that was another reason why his career was
cut short.
At Super Bowl is because he took a toll on that body. Now y'all got to understand all that other shit where they don't be hitting these damn quarterbacks now. They were hitting the hell out of Cam Newton.
Yeah, I remember. I distinctly remember Cam was saying at a press conference, he was like, "I'm just gonna say this."
Yeah,
I asked the ref, "What about that hit?" And he said, "You young enough to take that hit." I remember him saying that, and I'm like, "Damn."
He would leap over when he was he would leap over, do flips. I'm
in a single bound
just to get a touchdown, man. Like he was.
We can't forget that Eli took a hell of a beating too. In a lot longer career.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Eli stood in the pocket. I'm talking about running now. I'm talking about
Eli
running.
Couldn't run, so he couldn't run out of the pocket.
Eli was a snail.
What's Eli have? One career rushing touchdown? And I think it was in that London game.
Yeah.
So he's responsible for 75 rushing touchdowns. That's a lot for a quarterback.
How many years?
From 2011, 10 years.
That's a nice amount.
It says 11 because they had 10 years with Carolina, and then 1 year with the
Patriots. Yeah, that's still a nice number.
Yeah, it's still good.
I think he's second round ballot.
But is it?
He'll take a couple of tries.
No, look, the problem with Cam, you got to look at the other quarterbacks that are right behind him because then. The Brad Johnson, the Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to get in before Cam or maybe after, but I'm just saying like they will be up for conversation.
You bring up an interesting person in what you said too, Sneaky, because I'm convinced that Phillip Rivers could be a first round Hall of Famer. To me, he's like a modern day or was a modern day Dan Marino.
Right.
He put up all the numbers you had to put up, just never won the big game.
But the difference is Dan Marino did take his guys to the Super Bowl 1 year.
You're right.
Yeah.
Now, that guy, he never had a lot of offensive weapons either, though. Phillip Rivers, he never really had a lot of offensive weapons.
All he ever had was what? Antonio Gates?
Gates and what's that boy's name?
Keenan Allen?
No.
He had Keenan Allen too, right? When his rookie year, probably.
Well, he had Mike Williams, who when he played a couple years, he was pretty good.
What's that boy's name?
He had LaDainian Tomlinson as a running back, right?
There you go. Yeah.
So, and I can I got Aaron talking about Dan Marino. I can understand the argument of saying that Dan Marino was the best quarterback of all times. I get that. But
he just don't have a Super Bowl.
That's what it comes down to, yo.
He just
That's what it comes down to. Rings, baby.
Because
so before we hang it up, I'm going to add on Bro, Aaron, and Brandon. What's going on? Oh shit! You got a suit on?
Oh.
Brandon, are you dressed up?
No.
No, it looks like you got a suit. You got a lanyard.
I thought, yeah, the lanyard. I thought that was a suit.
No, it's my work thing.
Gotcha. So, Aaron,
what's up?
Tell me, how painful was it knowing that the Chiefs celebrated in your home locker room?
It's not painful, man. They were in the UNLV locker room. Trust me. No, look. Niners lose, I'm perfect. I'm fine. I don't care. They're all right, but I hate the Niners, man. So I'm glad. I'm happy.
Wait, so you're happy that okay? You're not happy that the Chiefs won.
Yeah,
you're happy that the Niners lost.
We didn't root for the Chiefs. We wanted the Niners to lose, and that's it. We don't say
Okay.
it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bro. What was your thought of the Super Bowl, man?
I feel like it was I liked it. The first half, it kind of reminded me of the Rams Patriots stinker game, but they picked it up in the second half, and I think they did good. So I like the outcome too. But Pacheco, if Pacheco scored, I would have won $600. But of course he didn't. Fumbles at the goal line.
Good call on the Ted Ginn Jr. I forgot about him.
He used to be a beast on
Ted
punt
Ginn
returns and all
Jr.,
that.
Yeah.
Wait. What I miss?
Ted
Cam
Ginn
Newton.
Jr. played with
Cam Newton.
Cam too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. And actually, I think he was on that Super Bowl team too.
Great player, but I won't give him his accolades because he's an Ohio State player.
Right.
Oh, you're a
But
Michigan fan?
also,
yes, sir.
Also, one of the greatest of all time offensive linemen, Darrell Williams. Shout out. Trench Mob in the house.
Trench Mob.
That's my guy. I bug him. So you think I bug Tiki Barber about his conference ring? I do the same thing about Darrell. I'm like, so when you look at it in the light, does it glisten a certain way? No, let me stop. And you know what? And I don't know if people realize this, and I think it's kind of funny how they say that Mahomes is getting his third ring. In reality, he's getting his fourth ring, right? Because one of those rings is an AFC Conference Championship ring. And I think it does the league a disservice that they don't. I don't want to say, like, I'm not going to say promote, but they don't also state the fact that teams that win their conference, they get a ring to back up their conference.
Yep.
Y'all looking at me like y'all don't care. We want the Lombardi.
The Lombardi is where it's at, baby. The Lombardi is where it's at.
Look, all I'm saying, I just want to say this about conference championship rings. I don't know why they call it the loser ring, because you won to get it.
Well, it's like,
Aaron, is that your damn fire thing?
No.
They're saying like second place is the first loser. You feel me?
Whose fire alarm is it that's going off?
Oh, that's Aaron's.
That's not.
Put a bad battery.
Gotta put a bad battery in there, bro.
Did you guys see when the Niners were blaming the fire alarm on the hotel?
Yeah, that's
I heard about that. Yeah,
that's every
there's always
year,
something.
No matter where it's at, it's always something.
Somebody poisoned the food. Somebody did this or that.
And I was like, stop blaming on some stupid stuff.
Hey, I remember Sneaky one time was in your live, like I'll take, and I said a good Barber. You're like before you met him again.
Wait, say it one more time. You cut off. Say it again.
That when you met Tiki Barber, when you had the beef with him.
Yeah.
So I put on the live, I put his name, and you're like, don't ever mention that.
I don't remember that. I'm not going to confirm nor deny. I don't remember that.
Was it really a beef if at the time Tiki didn't know who he was?
Right. And plus, at the time, we were both vegetarians. So is it really beef? Is
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
You're right.
Well, if,
You know, that's funny. You're right because it was only a one-sided beef. But see, the thing is,
I had
the
Tiki back.
beef wasn't the beef wasn't with me. It was the fans of
okay.
the New York Football Giants. So to your answer, Ant, I was in that general audience. Oh, hold on. Tanya, it's good to see you. Hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. Just think
Yeah.
next year's in New Orleans. So I'm glad you brought that up. I because I was in New Orleans for
On the
the
spot.
Saints game,
Collins.
I
Nolans.
got a ping, right? They wanted to see if I wanted to reserve my spot for next year's Super Bowl. Okay.
Mm.
For one, I don't know what I was reserving. I'm just gonna say that. But it was one slot, right? And I was reserving it. $2,500.
Just to reserve the spot?
Just to reserve for a deposit. Just to say that I have a
Oh.
spot reserved.
Hey, it's still cheaper than the PSA at MetLife.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on where you're sitting for that. And then Tanya says, I'm so glad they had a football game at the Usher concert. You know,
it was a good halftime show. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
it was good.
That was horrible.
You didn't like it? No.
Nope, that was good if it was 2005.
I'll tell you what.
Did you guys see the
Usher
one
got a
girl that
little
fell from the school?
Hold on one second. Usher got a little too close to Alicia Keys.
Man.
She might need to get tested. I mean,
If I'm being 100% here, I think the showings of Taylor Swift were better than the halftime show.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
You think
Did
she'll
not
be the halftime show next year?
Huh?
You think she'll be the halftime show next year?
It's a possibility after this.
You know, Goodell got on there saying that she's good for the game.
She is.
She made the NFL a lot of money. I'm not good. That's
Exactly how many girls, how many women did she draw attention to the NFL?
Just to confirm, that's not me, all right? That is not me.
I wasn't a fan of the halftime show personally. I'm gonna say this about the halftime show. I have a high standard.
That's why I said it was an 05 show.
And for me, the best halftime show of all times, Prince. By far.
Yeah.
By far.
Because he was in the rain. He was in the rain. It was
And then the mother sang Purple Rain.
Yep.
Well played, sir. Well played.
There were some good ones. I mean, I'm not a big fan. Katy Perry's was good.
I like the Dr. Dre one.
33.
I like Coldplay.
The hip-hop
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
That was good. Wasn't Alicia Keys? Didn't she do a halftime show by herself? I think she did, right?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I know she was part of it. I don't think she did her
She
own.
didn't do it by herself.
I know Rihanna did the last one.
It was Rihanna. There was Madonna. There was.
Did Lady Gaga do one? I think she did one.
Yeah, she flew down from the ceiling or whatever.
The Rihanna one, they were saying that her baby went to a Super Bowl before the Cowboys.
I love it.
Taylor Swift's been to more Super Bowls than the Cowboys.
Yeah,
man.
When the Super Bowl was here in Arizona, I lived like 10 minutes away from the Cardinal Stadium.
In the last 30 years, Jennifer Lopez has more rings than the Cowboys.
She had 6.
That Jennifer Lopez and Shakira one was very, very good.
That was pretty good. That was good.
I don't even remember them singing.
Nobody's ever going to top
Me
the
either.
national anthem that Whitney Houston did. Never.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was just the national anthem.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's ever going to touch that national anthem ever.
Which one? Chris Stapleton?
Nah, the
Whitney Houston one.
Whitney Houston?
Yeah, that might be before your time though.
All right, fellas, I got
1990.
All right, Daryl, you be good, bro.
All right, y'all do the same. Try to catch y'all Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't be doing a show Thursday.
Okay.
Valentine's and wife and I are going to be hanging out.
Mama boss.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Wait, what did I say?
Valentine's Day Thursday won't have a show.
Yeah, because Mama boss. Yeah.
I'm
I'm in my own world right
I'm
now.
about to kick your butt.
I'm in my own world right
I'm
now.
about to kick your butt.
It's tomorrow.
I had to. Well, yeah. Let me leave it alone. Yes, you're right. You're right. So let me hear one time, Daryl.
All right. New York Giants. Ow!
I appreciate you, man. Brandon, give me your final thoughts, man. We're gonna go ahead and end the show.
About what? The Super Bowl?
Anything. Just give me something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that the Niners lost because we were, and now it's our turn to go to the Super Bowl this year. And I'm not predicting that's not a spoiler alert either. I'm going to
17 and 0, just like Sneaky said, right?
17 and 0.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Let me hear one time, Brandon.
Let's go Giants. Out.
I appreciate you. Aaron, what you got?
Oh man, I'm so happy I don't have to hear the bang bang no more for the next 6 months.
Bang bang Niner gang bang. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So it was a gang bang.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm really excited for the Raiders, but we'll see what happens. But other than that, let's go Giants. Oh,
I appreciate you, man.
Right, bro.
I'll see you next week. Yeah. Bro, give me your final thoughts, man.
Well, Aaron said that he doesn't have to hear bang bang for the next 6 months, but I'm still going to have to hear, oh, it's our year. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that for the next 6 months. So I'm not looking forward to that.
That's never going to end.
That's never going to end. That's every year.
Every it's bad. But other than that, the outcome, it was all right. But other than that, yeah, I think it was cool.
Somebody getting a call?
Oh, yeah, that's me. My fault. I got to go
Oh,
real
no,
quick.
you good.
All right, yeah, I got to go. So let's go Giants. Ow.
Hey, man, be good. Appreciate you.
Later.
Rochambeau? Hold on. Tanya said, final thoughts. We bleed blue forever. Only 7 months, 7 days until football's back. And we will hear.
Now it's the combine. The combine.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
The combine's coming up.
I can't wait.
Are you going to be at the draft party? Are you going to the draft party this year?
Where's it at?
It's only doing
the MetLife one, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
Sneak, you coming down or not?
I'll probably be at Detroit. I most likely be at Detroit.
I got to get there. I got to try and get there earlier, Danny, so we can.
It's going to be a big day, big draft.
Yep.
Man. Well, Danny, let me get your final thoughts.
Well, I mean, football's over. My Knicks are doing good. They got cheated last night.
They got robbed, bro. Oh my god.
Knicks got cheated last night. Refs are so horrible this year for NBA. So horrible. Baseball season, spring training, catches and pitchers report soon.
Yankees are still working on Dylan Cease, bro.
I know. So they might do something. So let's hope.
I'm hoping.
But yeah, draft days around. So I wait till draft day, and then let's hope for the best next football season.
Yep.
Let's not crap the bed. And let's go Giants. Ow. Peace, fellas.
Later, brother.
Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, what you got? What you got on my 40, homie?
My final thought is the Super Bowl, I thought was one of the better ones I've seen. I'm a defensive-minded guy, so I loved it. I thought it was great from beginning to end. I thought it was a great game. I honestly thought it could have went either way, but I've been saying this since the playoffs started. You can't count out Pat Mahomes. The dude knows what he's doing. And more importantly, I got my DC back. Know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Wink is the Michigan Wolverines defensive coordinator.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Giants.
I prefer that than to go to the Cowboys. I'll be honest.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. For sure.
I thought you were talking about Shane. I'm like, how well do you know Shane?
They're apparently having issues too because I was listening to, I don't know if it was First Take or something yesterday, and Schefter was, it was what the hell's his name? The former punter, the former kicker. He has this show now. It's a big show. Can't think of his name.
What, Lawrence?
With AJ Hawk is one of his sidekicks.
Oh, McAfee.
Yeah, Pat McAfee. So I forgot what I was talking about now. Jesus Christmas. My brain's going.
Was it the Rex Ryan saga?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
How
apparently
they were still talking on the phone.
Dimmer hasn't been signed yet, so it's still out there that they could still be talking to Rex too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Rex looked pissed when Shefty brought up like,
oh yeah,
they're going with Zimmer, and he was like, I don't think that's a done deal. Come to find out, they were on the phone
apparently
before he even went out.
Apparently, Rex has an issue with Shefty. Schefter in an interview with those guys said that this isn't the first time Rex has done something like this to him. He said there was an interview or something where he had talked to Rex prior, and he's like, Rex, is there something I shouldn't be saying, or have you talked to these guys? And he's like, no, everything's good. So he was like, oh, okay. So before Schefter got on, Rex goes, yeah, I'm still talking to these guys. And Schefter's like, he's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
But yeah, he said it's not the first time that Rex has done it to him.
I don't blame Rex for holding that close to the vest either. So, well, hey, let me hear one time, brother.
All right, brother. Let's go Giants. Ow!
Love you, man. Be good.
Bro, you too.
Man, great show. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still on a high from homeboy giving me that compliment. That was amazing. The check is in the mail. Thank you to everybody that came on. It made it go by fast. Had a good night. And like I said before, I'm not doing a show on Thursday, obviously Valentine's Day and weekend and all that. And it's a 3-day weekend. So everybody have fun tonight. Don't do anything I would do twice. And Eli is a first ballot Hall of Famer. The numbers don't lie. Let's go Giants.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneakyg.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants.